Hello hocam. I will start with question 5 because I couldn't do previous questions. This question is related to the spatial class questions. My null hypothesis here, there is no difference in scores before and after this spatial class. My alternative hypothesis, the scores in exam 2 is not equal to the exam 1. Is not equal to, it can be higher or lower, so it is two-tailed approach. I created my table here. I will use t-test because number of people, as you see, is less than 30 and variance we don't know. And t-test is most proper test here. I will also use the two-tailed t-test because my alternative hypothesis, as I said, claims the scores are not equal, it can be higher and lower. So this is the formula of our t-test. I calculated sample mean of exam 1 and sample mean of exam 2. I also calculated standard deviations of exam 1 and exam 2. According to these values, I calculated p. The p values is 0.105. It is higher than 0.05. This is the answer of part C. In part D, I checked the p value from the two-tailed t table at 0.05 alpha level. The p value coming from table 2.262. The p value that I calculated is 0.105. The p value that I calculated is less than p value coming from table. So I can interpret it like that. I have non-significant evidence against null hypothesis. In question 6, there is physics and chemistry exams. I also created my table here. My null hypothesis is the average grades of physics and chemistry are same. My alternative hypothesis, the average grades are not equal. Like previous one, it can be higher and lower. So I will approach two-tail. I will use z-test here, two sample for means, because the sample size is higher than 30. Variance we know, and there are two sample. So I calculate the p-value as 0.471. It is greater than 0.01. The p-value coming from table 2.575. The calculated p-value is less than p-value coming from table. It means that again I have non-significant evidence, again null hypothesis. In the last question is about ANOVA test. I did here one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. In one-way ANOVA, my research question, I should say that I determined it was research. The research is about foundation beam and columns of Berlin airport made of concrete or steel. So my research is this. The one-way ANOVA, does the strength of concrete differ according to the place, such as foundation beam and column? My null hypothesis, it cannot change, it's same. My alternative hypothesis, means are not equal. Again, I created my tables. I found mean values for the foundation, columns and beams, and I found overall mean within between. In ANOVA test, I found F value 1.5, F critical coming from table 3.68. F critical is higher than normal F. It means that I failed to reject null hypothesis and there is no statistically significant difference between these three groups. In two-way ANOVA, my research question, is there a strength difference between concrete and steel even if they are used in same place? Now I hear two parameters, concrete and steel in same place. Again, my null hypothesis, they are same. My alternative hypothesis, at least one of the variables is different from another. Again, my alpha level is 0.05. I created my table and I found what I need. Here, my F value is bigger than F critical. It means that I reject null hypothesis and there is a statistically significant difference between these three groups. This is the end of my final. Thank you so much.